She gave my sister her story. When we were a little older, my mother told my sister and I the stories of our family and of our people. She told us what it was like growing up in a Métis family, and she prepared us for the challenges that she knew.
This is a very exciting weekend because we've partnered with the Métis Nation of Ontario, have partnered with the University of Ottawa and the Chair of Métis Research to host a symposium that's bringing together Métis academics from across the country to talk about possible directions in terms of research. And this is something that is really extraordinary. There are very few spaces that are created specifically for Métis academics to be able to talk about the work that they're doing. And from our perspective within the Métis Nation of Ontario, we've felt there's a real need to tell the story of Ontario Métis, and that really hasn't been done to date.
You know, we have a relationship between my position as the Chair of Métis Research and the Métis Nation of Ontario, and it was suggested that we should have some sort of academic conference, and my contribution to that conversation was I actually think it should be for young people. I think it should be for post-secondary students, because if we're talking about expanding the capacity of research, there's no point in talking to people that are already doing it. We actually have to talk to people that can be inspired by and start to see themselves in the research product and process, so that they actually want to do it themselves.
We started off on Friday night with one of Jean Taille's classic rousing calls to action speeches about the history of our people and how we can tell our stories, and it's just been fantastic right since then until now. By bringing everybody together and creating a specifically Métis space where we don't have to explain who we are, we don't have to justify why we're talking about this, we don't have to justify our existence, and we can just talk about things that are important. I think that's really important for young people to you know, occasionally have that space that's just a Métis space where we can talk about Métis things. Yeah.
The panels were set up beautifully because they kind of built on each other, and I think that was good. I'm very, very happy that I'm here because it's opening up my mind and my thoughts. So I'm sure it's doing that to the academic students that are in there. So, and I might encourage them to do more Métis specific research, which is what we need, right?
Honestly, it's incredible just to have this blend of researchers and scholars and post-secondary students come together in this space where everyone's, you know, mostly Métis. There's only so many opportunities where you have to gather like this, so I think that's important, not just from learning from the scholars and researchers, but also being a part of this dialogue with post-secondary students. So I'm getting a lot from it because it's just all about us. It has nothing to do with anything else other than the conversations that we're having amongst each other, which I think is really important.
So this has been an incredible opportunity for Métis students to be able to engage with scholars from across Canada, and it's been an incredible time to talk about Métis identity, culture. We've had some really incredible opportunities to practice Métis culture. We did some beadwork and jigging, and it's really great to see so many incredible Métis role models for a lot of the youth to be able to meet and hear about their work.
So I think events like this are important because it's a touchstone for young people to connect with, well, first of all, to connect with people that can actually act as mentors and role models for them, who have had the experience of going through their own educational programs and degrees and sort of surviving academia in some ways as a Métis person. So it's really important to build those relationships with people who have kind of gone before and gone ahead and know how to survive and work the system.
Youth they want this, they crave this kind of connection. So yeah, it's exciting. It's really exciting.